everybody! November is upon us. I'm your host Ian Murphy, and I'm here to walk you through everything that happened in gaming in the month of October. For many, October is seen as the spookiest and scariest month of the year. And this year, that was definitely true for Activision Blizzard. They started off the month with an absolute PR nightmare after Hearthstone pro BlizzCon won their Grandmasters Asia Pacific tournament. BlizzCon used the platform after winning the tournament to declare his support for the pro-democracy protests happening in Hong Kong, which afterwards Blizzard then went on to ban him, which obviously made the internet very upset. Now, this whole can of worms is a little bit too expansive to cover in just one monthly recap, but luckily for you, I have prepared a whole video for your watching that you can click on right here, or you can check down in the description below for. But anyways, this event was so bad for the legendary company that they were forced to cancel a launch event for their Nintendo Switch port of Overwatch, the popular team-based shooter. And sadly for Blizzard, this all happened right before their annual convention and conference, BlizzCon. Now, technically BlizzCon happened at the beginning of November, but luckily I'm able to talk about it in this video because I'm shooting this over a week late. Sorry about that. Blizzard's president J. Allen Brack started off the presentation by stating that Blizzard failed in their purpose as a company and that he takes full accountability for the way the company reacted to the BlizzCon incident, adding, "We moved too quickly in our decision making, and to make matters worse, we were too slow to talk to all of you." The apology received mixed reactions throughout the gaming community, but luckily enough for Blizzard, it did its job in paving the way to get off political controversy and onto talking about games that can make them lots of money. The major announcements from the conference included the highly anticipated Diablo 4, a game many hypothesized would be announced at last BlizzCon, which resulted in yet another poorly received Blizzard moment when they instead announced Diablo Immortal, a mobile version of the action-adventure dungeon crawler series.
The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
On top of that, they announced the next World of Warcraft expansion, Shadowlands, which interestingly will set back the current level cap of 120 to 60. And regardless of any controversy, that cinematic was pretty sweet. And so was Diablo 4's for that matter. Blizzard's animation team is just stupid good. Next, Blizzard announced an auto chess variant of Hearthstone, which is really interesting, and I'm really anticipating checking that out. But finally, Blizzard announced Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 seemed to be a PvE-focused slew of content that will also provide minor graphical and engine improvements to the base Overwatch multiplayer experience that we've been playing these past few years. It appears to be that the multiplayer will be connected through both games, and current Overwatch will continue to get the same multiplayer characters, maps, and other various updates that will drop for Overwatch 2. All of these announcements were absolutely huge for the gaming company, but I can't help but wonder if there would have been more hype generated if they weren't caught in the middle of that whole PR disaster. But moving on, is Twitch dying? No, Twitch is not anywhere close to dying. But in the month of October, the massively popular streaming icon Shroud announced he would be making his move to Mixer, the Microsoft-owned streaming platform. This is only a short time after Ninja made his move from Twitch to Mixer, so some big names are making their way over. Shroud's first stream on Mixer brought him over 78,000 concurrent viewers, but it has now settled to around 11,000 viewers on average. This may be a drop in viewership for Shroud, but I am sure that Big Daddy Microsoft compensated him plenty for the move. Something's telling me he is going to be just fine. Now, Mixer's concurrent viewer base is nearly 26 times smaller than that of Twitch's. But you've got to wonder how many large personalities Twitch can lose before Mixer begins to rival its popularity. Now for you gaming bros out there, grab your Mountain Dew 12 packs and enter them double XP codes, because guess what? Call of Duty is back. Call of Duty Modern Warfare dropped this month, and it had the best opening for the franchise in quite a while. Officially being the best opening weekend for a Call of Duty game this console generation, the sales hit 600 million within the first 3 days. It has also been slated as the highest grossing PC launch in all of Call of Duty history. Many fans have been crediting the game for an intriguing, gritty, and compelling campaign on top of the gameplay that feels a bit heavier to the ground when compared to the jetpack-filled, futuristic Call of Duty titles of the past decade. Now, the series has really never done poorly, but I'm sure that Activision is absolutely thrilled about the specific success of this title. But that brings us to my absolute favorite story of the month, which is the absolute train wreck that Fallout 76 continues to be. As you may remember, the game came out about this time last year, and upon release it was trashed by reviewers for being buggy, incomplete, and unfun. And not even Todd Howard has been able to save this game from its place as the target of everybody's jokes. But instead of Bethesda rolling over and accepting defeat, they decided that they were going to stick with this game and make it one of the most hated games in all of gaming history. Over the course of the past month, Bethesda released a premium subscription model for the game titled Fallout First. With this subscription, they have put long-requested features from their small but dedicated community behind a paywall, like an endless box to store crafting materials required to build various in-game items. And, of course, the release of this subscription service has been just as much of a dumpster fire as the rest of the game has been. First off, many are reporting that they are losing the items that they're putting into their infinite scrap box. This was a large selling point of the subscription service, so it's no surprise that players are outraged. But by far my favorite story to come out of all of this is that it's created like an entire class war. Fallout First members and those that have not subscribed to the service have been at each other's necks ever since the service was launched. When players subscribe to Fallout First, they receive an icon that displays their membership. Some users have reported that they've been targeted by those who haven't subscribed to the new service. One user reported that a crew of players wearing bear costumes ganged up on him after he used an emote that is exclusive to those with the subscription. And apparently this has turned into like Fallout First members forming these aristocratic groups that go after non-premium peasants, and it's a full-on class war. And it's the exact look that Bethesda really needed to avoid with this already failing title. I'm thinking with this, it's probably time that they ditch this project and move on to the next Fallout game and leave this all in the past. Now, that does it for the news for October, but check back in next month when we talk about Death Stranding, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and other various games. I'll see you then.